Todos. Hola a todos, buenos días, buenos días, buenos días. Hola a todos, buenos días, buenos días, buenos días. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Yo estoy muy bien. Vamos a empezar la clase de español. Alegres vamos a estar porque nos gusta mucho cantar. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Yo estoy muy bien. Vamos a empezar la clase de español. Alegres vamos a estar porque nos gusta mucho cantar. Hola a todos, empecemos, empecemos, empecemos. Hola a todos, empecemos, empecemos, empecemos.
Today, we're going to talk about nouns and definite articles in Spanish. All nouns in Spanish have gender and number. Gender refers to a noun being either masculine or feminine, and number refers to the noun being singular or plural. As English speakers, we don't usually have trouble identifying words like brother and father, mother and sister as having gender. But when we think about things like books, desks, pens, and pencils, things that are non-living, inanimate objects, we don't tend to think of those in gender. But in Spanish, all nouns have gender. Nouns that refer specifically to a male are masculine, words like father and brother. Nouns that refer specifically to a female are feminine, words like mother, sister, wife. The same is true for animals. For all other nouns, we're going to have to find a way to memorize the proper gender. It's not really that hard when you look for patterns. Look at the words below. Can you identify a general rule for identifying noun gender for non-living things? Look at the word el mercado for market. That's a masculine noun. El pueblo for town. That's also a masculine noun. El libro, the word for book, is masculine. La pluma means pen, and it's feminine. La escuela is the word for school, also feminine. And la montaña is a feminine noun. Can you guess the rule? We'll look at it in just a moment. Nouns that end in O or A in the singular form are made plural by adding S. The plural of el is los, and the plural of la is las. They're called definite articles, and they all four mean the. Can you tell which of the nouns are singular, plural, masculine, and feminine? El chico and los chicos are both masculine nouns. La chica, las chicas, both feminine. El chico and la chica are singular. Los chicos, las chicas are both plural. It's not hard when you have the definite article in front of the noun. You can't look at the meaning of the noun to be able to guess its gender. For example, el vestido is a noun that means dress, and even though women wear dresses, the noun is masculine because it ends in O. La corbata, the word for tie, is feminine because it ends in A, even though men generally wear ties. Nouns that end in O are generally masculine. Nouns that end in A are generally feminine. Generally means that there are some exceptions to this rule. Note that the definite article the that accompanies a masculine noun is el, and la accompanies the feminine noun. These are exceptions. Nouns that end in a consonant in the singular form are made plural by adding es. For example, el profesor, a male teacher, would become los profesores if we were talking about more than one male teacher. La pared means wall. Las paredes means walls. Notice that we added an es because these two nouns in the singular form ended in a consonant. Nouns can be classified into gender groups to help memorize the gender easier. For example, nouns ending in dad, tad, tud, umbre, sion, and sion are feminine. Note that the nouns ending in cion and sion drop the written accent in the plural form. La nación becomes las naciones without an accent. Can you restate the two-part rule for how to make nouns plural? Here it is. If nouns end in a vowel, simply add s to make the noun plural. If a singular noun ends in a consonant, add es to make it plural. Here are some examples. El perro becomes los perros. La gata would become las gatas. Can you identify if this is a male dog or a female dog, a male cat or a female cat? Most nouns that end in sis, are feminine. Here's some examples. La hipótesis, la dosis. There are some feminine nouns that begin with the vowel a, such as agua, that will take the masculine definite article el when the first syllable is stressed. The reason for this is that it would be very difficult to pronounce the two vowel sounds together if the definite article were la. For example, la agua. The words are still considered feminine, not masculine, and in the plural form the article las will still be used. So when I want to say waters, I would say las aguas. Nouns ending in ista usually refer to professions or political persuasions. Using the masculine form when referring to a man and the feminine form when referring specifically to a woman is how you will determine the gender of the dentist, the novelist, or the communist. For example, el dentista is a male dentist and la dentista a female. Nouns ending in e are the most difficult, especially if they don't refer to people. Many, but not all, are generally going to be masculine. Do you still remember how to make these nouns plural? Most nouns that end in ente refer to people, and they can be used for both genders. However, Spanish speakers will change ente to enta sometimes when they're speaking about a female. Here's an example. El presidente is a male president. A female president would be called la presidente, or perhaps la presidenta, which would also be correct. Words like estudiante and cantante, which means student and singer, generally just change the article to identify gender. La estudiante, el estudiante. La cantante, el cantante. Some nouns change gender depending on the article used. For example, el cura would be a priest. La cura is a cure. El policía is a police officer, and la policía would be the police department. Nouns that end in or ora generally refer to equipment or machinery. You will also notice that they're formed a lot of times by using the verb for the action of what the equipment or machinery does. For example, the word lavar means to wash, and a lavador is a washer or a washing machine. You might also call it la lavadora. The regional variations will differ based on where you are. Secar means to dry. El secador would be a dryer, as well as la secadora. If I tell you that calcular means to calculate and distribuir means to distribute, could you guess the words for calculator and distributor? Many compound nouns are formed by using the verb root. For example, abrir is to open, and abre latas is a can opener. Tocar is to play. El tocadiscos would be a record player. Rascar, to scrape. El rascacielos, skyscrapers. Guardar, to guard, and el guardarropa would be a closet. Diminutives and augmentatives. The diminutive forms of a noun can be formed by adding ito or illo to the end of a Spanish noun. The meaning of the diminutive may refer to the actual physical size, or it may show a favorable emotional quality on the part of the speaker. For instance, I could call mi abuela mi abuelita, my grandmother, my little granny. It doesn't necessarily indicate that she's small, but could be a term of endearment that I'm using. Cuban speakers may also use ico on the end of Spanish nouns. If the noun ends in the consonant R, N, or the vowel E, the affix cito is generally added. For example, el ratón would become el ratoncito, el café, el cafecito. The augmentative forms are less commonly used than the diminutive forms. Common augmentative affixes are on and ote. It's better not to use these forms until you're a little bit more fluent in Spanish. These forms can refer to physical size, which would be big, but they also have a derogative or pejorative meaning, which would be rude or crude, and we don't want to offend anyone when we're first learning to speak the language.
Adiós. Es hora de decir adiós de la clase de español. Muchas cosas aprendí, por eso estoy feliz. Qué alegría me dio estar aquí. Es hora de decir adiós de la clase de español. Muchas cosas aprendí, por eso estoy feliz. Qué alegría me dio estar aquí.